Hello, in this video I'm going to go over another monster set to review. This time it's going to be the Stormfist Monster Set, and that is obtained from the Tempest Island dungeon. That is a base game dungeon, and this is the set here, the Stormfist. So in order to obtain this, you need to complete the dungeon on Veteran, and you will get one of these monster sets to drop from the last boss. And then I believe the shoulder piece is sold from the Redbeard Undaunted NPC, and you can purchase those for Undaunted Keys. If those two options are not to your liking, you can try and purchase these from the Golden Vendor in Cyrodiil if it happens to come up, and those are sold using AP. Alliance points. So you will need to make sure you have that currency if that's the way you want to try to fill your sticker book there. So let's get into what this set does. Primarily, I would say in most cases, this is probably going to be good on a stamina build just because of what the first bonus line is, and that is stamina recovery. You don't have to be on a stamina build. It's just kind of like that's what they have listed there for the first buff. It kind of leans towards that by default. But again, you don't necessarily have to build a stamina build for this. It will work on basically anything because you can proc this whenever you deal damage. You get a 10% chance to create a Thunder Fist to crush the enemy. The initial part of the fist, while it's still open, and the fist first, or the hand first appears, it deals 3 ticks of shock damage, and then on the 4th second, the fist closes and does physical damage. And this can occur once every 8 seconds, so it essentially has a 50% uptime in terms of if you proc it on cooldown. So it's got a 4-second activity, then a 4-second downtime, and then you can proc it again if you're lucky enough to hit that proc time exactly. Then it's basically the maximum you can get is a 50% uptime with this. Because it does both shock and physical damage, I'm going to take a little bit of a sidebar before we demonstrate it and say this set is pretty much tailor-made for Storm Calling class skill line because that gets buffed by physical and shock damage both. So you might want to try and pair this with the monster set if you are wearing it on your build, because this will buff the damage of that by 5%. Not a huge big buff, but you know, every little bit helps when you're trying to build something. It should kind of cohesively go together. So we've got major brutality and sorcery on, and you can see that is scaled with the weapon damage, and it does the extra damage when you get that buff going. So let's take a quick look on the map and show you where Tempest Island is. If you go to Malabal Tor, Tempest Island is on this little island here off to the north central part here. It's the only dungeon in Malabal Tor, so that's easy to locate once you get to Malabal Tor in the Aldemary Dominion. It's one of the northern areas of the Aldemary Dominion area. So keep that in mind. It's in Malabal Tor, and it's right there. It is a little bit of a pain to run to if you're trying to just get to it from overland. Probably the easiest way is to get the Volkloston Way Shrine here and just ride straight on north, and then you'll have to do some either swimming or just stay on your mount now that we have swimming mounts, and then you can ride all the way over to the entrance of this. But probably the easiest way is to just traverse through being at a way shrine and porting in that way. Soloing the dungeon is not that hard. It's a pretty simple dungeon to do on normal. I will say the vet hard mode can be a little bit difficult because the last boss does have some mechanics that are a little bit hard hitting. So if you are going to try to do hard mode, I would recommend trying at least to have a tank with you or something to that effect, because that can be a little bit difficult. But anyway, let's get into showing off how this looks. That's another aspect of these videos that I like to do, is showing what it looks like. So I've got a cluster of ads here, and just to show what the AoE of this does, I'm going to just light attack this middle guy here, and we'll see when the Stormfist, there it is right there, and it closes, and then it's done. So now that those guys are all gone, I will pull one of these off to the side to where you can see on its own what it looks like. I just wanted to demonstrate the AoE of it will hit everything that's within that 4 meter. But now I can sit here and just hit this guy until the hand comes out. There it is. And there it is. So that's how the proc works. And it's off of any damage at all. It's not direct damage or damage over time or AoE or any of that. There's it is again. And boom. So in terms of how good the damage is, that's really going to depend on your build. Comparative to some other sets, this is okay damage. It's not, it falls a little short, I think, because of the one piece bonus there is a stamina recovery, so you lose out on some damage that you can get from other sets. For example, to compare with Orpheon, for example, you get a line of weapon damage, and then you get physical damage on both counts of 1400 with a stun, and then an 8700 physical there. Whereas this just isn't quite as good. Now I will say this is not gold out here, but the Orpheons is an AoE, and it's very easy to proc this. It also has an 8-second cooldown, but the Orpheons is really easy to proc on cooldown if you just throw something on the ground. So if you're looking for a shock damage build and you want some AoE, then this one might be the one that you want to try just for something different. Again, this is about having fun, so just have fun with it. Doesn't really matter if it's the optimum or OP or whatever you want to call it, meta, whatever. Just build what you want, play around with it, and if you like the fact that that puts a big fist in the ground and closes up on enemies, then go ahead and use that. It's your game, it's your fun. Do what you want. That's the kind of the theme of these videos that I'm doing here. Just a short series of showing multiple sets, that what they look like, how to get them, how to proc them, what kind of type of builds to put them on, and all that. And because this is procced on pretty much any damage, and it does damage over time and direct damage, you can pretty much fit it in on just about anything. And it's not beholden to running a specific type of weapon or focusing on a specific type of damage. You can pretty much just slap it on anything that you want. And the dungeon is easy to run. It is a base game dungeon, so most of those are pretty easy to do. But yeah, that's the Stormfist monster set. I'm going to end the video there, but before I close out the video, I'm going to recommend that you go to my YouTube channel. Like the video. If you did like this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Consider turning on the notification bell so you get notifications whenever I post up videos. Also, check out my playlists on my channel, the organized playlists that I have. I've got a video on my channel. If you have trouble locating that, it shows you exactly where to find those. I have all of my videos that I do organized by subject, and they all go into a specific folder. of some kind. As long as they fit into that subject, then they will go into that folder. And I create a playlist for all these things. So check them out, see if there's anything that you like. Lastly, right before I close out here, I want to focus on bringing attention to the songs that I make for this game as well. These songs don't get as many views as my regular videos, and so I'm trying to promote those and get eyes and ears on them as much as I can. These are songs that were written by me about the video game. They are catchy. They are fun to listen to. They are not instrumental or anything like that. They're actually songs with lyrics that I create with AI programs, and I make videos to go along with them. You don't actually have to watch the videos while they're playing. You can just play the song and listen to the song if you want. Either way, but I would appreciate it if you guys would check those out and take a listen to them and see if you like them. Play the game while listening to them. They go really well with the game. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.